What's up, world? Let me tell you about this beard growth oil I got from 12 tribes on Earth. 8 ounces of oily goodness with a nozzle that prevents sprays and spills, and soft ingredients that make it perfect addition to anyone's morning routine. From coconut to castor, all these oils are hand chosen. After using this herbal blend, the biggest thing I noticed is how soft, how strong my hair was, and how good I feel. Pick up your bottle today and make your beard the star of the show.
Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. Well, the NAACP Awards was just a few days ago for 2026, and the host was Deon Cole, a comedian. And towards the end, he did a joke about what happened at BAFTA and Tourette syndrome. Well, white people took offense to it. They were offended and thought the joke was inappropriate. Now, who are we talking about here? The same white people that have mocked us all throughout history, mocked our deaths, mocked us being tortured, mocked us being, arrested by cops without even doing anything wrong. We had to endure your corny racist jokes and all kinds of things. But this one joke is the most offensive thing you ever heard. If you don't go somewhere and sit down, for real, for real. So, y'all, I'm going to let y'all listen to this joke. It is, monkey references and everything else. And remember, they used to even joke about sickle cell. Black people get sickle cell. I remember that too. So don't come to us talking about somebody got a sickness and we shouldn't mock it when that's all y'all have done throughout history. That's all you've done. Man, you can miss us all with how offended you are. I think what really ticks y'all off is we did not accept what happened. And many in our community demanded an apology. We don't care if that man got Tourette's. A lot of people got Tourette's, but they're not running around screaming out the N word. And like they said, he did not yell out until those two black brothers got up on the stage. And all of a sudden, that's when he became real vocal. Now, if he was so out of control, how come he didn't do that when anybody else was on the stage? It says a lot. And even with Tourette syndrome, you usually repeat things that you say in your normal life. So obviously, this man was saying those kind of things. That didn't come from nowhere. So, anyway, they took online all offended and, oh, I didn't like that joke. Oh, well, get over yourself. Too bad. You know, see, they thought this was going to happen and we were just going to be silent and take the high road. Well, that did not happen. All I got to say is y'all need to demolish the high road. The high road is dead. Nobody is taking no high road when you are rude, disrespectful, and racist towards us. Ain't nobody taking no high road. The high road should be closed down permanently. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Yeah, they said they heard him yelling that mess out during the awards. I think I read somewhere where he did it like 4 times. 4 times he yelled it out. But it's amazing how anybody else got up on that stage, he didn't have not one outburst. Only when the melanated people showed up, then that's when he just lost all control. Give me a break. All right, y'all, hold on so I can get this up and you can hear this for yourself. I thought it was kind of funny. All right, y'all, please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Right, and they didn't even try to edit. You can tell they left that in there on purpose. How do you edit all this other stuff out, but you did not edit that out? Give me a break. Give me a break. And Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, they were at this awards and they were on the stage, because of what happened. They got invited to the NAACP award. And, it was nice seeing them again under better circumstances. All right, y'all. So let's get started.
What is up? How y'all doing, man? Make some noise, man. How y'all doing? That's right. Welcome to the 2026 NAACP Trump Image Awards, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. We had to do that. Yes, he wants his name on everything. I apologize. Yeah, if we didn't do that, we'll go to commercial and come back and an episode of Matlock could be on. So that had to happen. One of the biggest stories in the news right now is those files, though, right? Those files are like everywhere. Everybody talking about them or whatever. But one thing I thought about those files? I knew there wasn't no black people in those files. No, it wasn't no black, because that ain't our thing. You know what I mean? That ain't our thing. We like grown women. You know what I mean? Grown women with a 401k, Women that can fold a fitted sheet, You got to be a special woman to fold a fitted sheet. Some of y'all still balling it up, you rookies. Now, NAACP, I want to do something, all right, a little different. All right? I want to buy a curse word, all right? I know we ain't supposed to curse on the award shows, but I need this to put emphasis on what I'm trying to say, all right? So charge me for this curse word. Here we go.
White fake activists that only care about ableism when it only affects white folks. Don't piss me off. What Deon Cole said needed to be said because people act like intent and impact are two separate things. Pause, and I'm gonna show you the video. The matter is that why am I seeing white people in the comment section saying it's so sad that we're still going through ableism in 2026? Oh, it's so sad. Like, it's nothing funny about disability. Y'all never went this hard about disability before. Y'all do not care about disability. Y'all do not care about disability, because if you only care about disability in the context of Black people being harmed, then you don't really care about disability. If you only want to speak up about disability and Tourette's when Black folks are being disrespected in the media and it's opening up a doorway for other Black people to be disrespected, then you don't care about disability. Because you care about disability, you will be advocating for Black disabled folks, you will advocate for brown disabled folks, you will advocate for all people of color who have Tourette's. You will understand how they're policing the school system. You will understand all this other stuff. Y'all will understand. You will speak with intersectionality and be like, I understand harm was done, but nothing could be done with his, like, basically you will understand that harm was done, even though it was not intended harm. And you will also understand that a gateway and a door was open for other people to participate in acts of racism by it being shown internationally. You will understand the harm and to the extent that it was done. But no, you want to be a selective activist on ableism only when that, which is bad for people who are disabled, which is still bad for people who are disabled. And you just want to be racist. That's just what it is. And you are limited in your views of how you see stuff. And you have to understand you're not a progressive because you are quote unquote not ableist, because you're a selective ableist. You're selectively ableist And when it's inconvenient for you to be able, when it's convenient for you to be a pro disability, you say, oh, okay. But when it's inconvenient for you to be pro disability, that's when you can't see it. Right. And the inconvenience is people being black. The inconvenience is people being poor. The inconvenience is that you're a classist too. Like, I can't deal with this in general, because I feel like folks are just pretending online to have a moral caliber that they do not have. In addition to that, they lack morality and they lack empathy in the same conversation. Why can't you understand that if someone kicks someone and they have like flinching leg syndrome, and I'm not saying that's the thing or not, but that they should still apologize even if their leg flinches on accident and kicks people? What do you mean? And then the fact that this is like a dumbass conversation that a lot of white folks just can't not even understand or comprehend is insane. And that's this is and it's like they comprehend it. They just want to be racist. It's like, it's no way you should not be able to lack empathy for black folks. It is no way, unless you're intentionally lacking empathy. You have to turn off something in your brain to lack empathy, and then you have to be, it's a certain type of psychopathy that has to happen for that, to also then empathize with people with disability only selectively. That's crazy.
One thing I'm a big fan of is comedy mixed with truth. And Deon Cole's comedic prayer at the NAACP Awards, top tier. Now, Deon Cole, you did throw shade at Nikki, so we can expect that we're going to have a Twitter rant coming soon. If it hasn't happened already, maybe I missed it because I'm not a Twitter girl. But when I tell you I screamed when Deon Cole said, if there's any white men in the room with Tourette's, read the room. Read the room. And I got to give props to the cameraman for panning to the white men in the room. I screamed. And the fact that people are actually upset about that, I saw one comment that was like, oh, you know, he gets off on making people uncomfortable. Yeah, because the truth makes people uncomfortable. See how that, you see? People get uncomfortable when you start clocking shit for what it is. I'm sorry, I don't give a damn. If it can be aired for the world to hear Black men being called a hard ER, I think anything goes at this point, yeah? So I don't want to hear all that fake ass outrage. I don't want to hear about you being uncomfortable about his jokes. No, well, we're uncomfortable when racism is allowed to be aired on TV, disorder or not.
Hey, y'all. So I just want to share my thoughts on the NAACP Awards that aired on last night. Deon Cole was the host. He is an actor and a comedian. Yeah, I'm repeating that because some of y'all obviously don't know what a comedian is. So he was making some jokes about things that were happening in regards to certain people, certain artists and actors and stuff. And some of y'all in y'all feelings, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. He should not have been praying and mentioning people's names, and you don't play with God. Okay, second of all, y'all wouldn't even have survived in the time of comedians like prior comedians like Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, and Red Fox. A lot of y'all would be in y'all feelings every day. Y'all would be wanting to cancel them all. Like, what are y'all trying to do? Desensitize comedy where nobody can say nothing, everybody feelings hurt, and oh my God, they don't like Black women. Go sit down and go take a nap. That's what it's giving. Go sit down, take a nap, and get your feelings out of your butthole, because it just don't make no sense. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. Y'all, everything is an issue. Everything is a problem. And that's what it's giving. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments, what y'all thought about Deon Cole. I know some of y'all gonna be negative. I'm already expecting it. But yeah, y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments.
That your sympathy lies with the white man. But I want you to think about something. Racism and slurs that accompany racism, that's taught. Mr. Davidson was fully diagnosed around the age of 25, 26, I believe. If it was neurological and he truly isn't a racist, one, why did his tick only surface around Black people, specifically those attached to the movie Sinners, because the two gentlemen on stage are not the only ones that were on the receiving end of those slurs, specifically from Mr. Davidson. And also, how is something that was taught so instinctive, and how is it involuntary yet targeted? Why are you so quick to allow someone to use a disability as a cover for their obvious and overt racism? Mr. Davidson did something that so many white-bodied individuals have been wanting to do for so long. Scream slurs at melanated people in public. Because if it truly was his disability, he would have quickly apologized. He sits on boards and started a foundation regarding Tourette syndrome. Wouldn't you think that he would want to use this as a teachable moment and show that he's not a despicable person and that his ailment, his disability does not make him a despicable person? But let's go back to that original thing. How is something that is taught, something that has to be ingrained repetitively into someone, become a neurological condition?
Okay, so what you saw at the end was Delroy Lindo with Ryan Coogler, the director of Sinners. And yeah, they came out on the stage and, he spoke a little bit about what happened and, he thanked the community for throwing a lot of support. Apparently, a lot of people reached out to Delroy Lindo to support him and, express how awful, that experience had to be for him. But the community really got behind him and he went out on the stage to say thank you. So I thought that was nice how him and Ryan Coogler came out together. That was really pretty cool. So y'all, at the end of the day, screw these people. I don't I'm at the point, and I know many of you are, I don't give a shit about what offends them at this point. I really do not seriously care. They have offended us for centuries. I don't give a damn about one night with one joke sending them over the edge. Get over your damn self and move the hell on. That's how I sit right now. So y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. I have my next live at 3:45. I hope to see you then. Thank you so much for your support and your prayers, and my recovery is going nicely. So thank you. And if you're not there, then have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Shalom, family.